Hey YouTube, here's a tip for lighting on your presses. What I have is a Dillon 550 press, and I also have a Hornady lock and load, not a progressive type press. And I was thinking about getting that lighting system that they offer online for, I think it's about $35. And I looked at alternative lighting sources, that being just getting my own strip, because I really didn't want the center light. I didn't think that that was that effective, rather than the strip lighting, which I thought was really effective. And what I did is I picked up on YouTube 5 of these strips. You can see that's one of them, and it basically goes all the way underneath. It's got some self-adhesive, and you can see that it basically goes from one end to the other, giving me as much lighting as I can get from one strip. And so I picked up 5 of these for, I think it was $5 shipped. So it's $1 a strip, an LED strip. And they come unconnected to a power source. And so what I did, as you can see here, I tried them on a 9-volt setup, which was my original intent, was put them on a 9-volt. They're a 12-volt LED. So while they work on the 9-volt, they're brighter on a 12-volt system. So what I did was I bought an adapter, these adapter cables on eBay, and these were, I got 5 male and female connectors, so 5 pair, 10 cables altogether of these type, which are the 5.5 2.1 sizing. And this adapter, which is a 12-volt adapter, I just picked this up at a thrift shop for $1. And so what I did is basically just hardwired the LED strips into the adapter, which connect right up to the power supply. And as you can see, it really lights up well, and all I need is one strip. I can't see having the need for anything more than one strip. And you can see the primary reason that I have this lighting source is because if you look in this little mirror that I rigged up to give myself a powder check visual, I can clearly see the powder in the case with this nice lighting. Now if you take the lighting off, you can see you don't see a damn thing. So you could see how it's really does a lot in way of the amount of lighting that it provides. Same holds true for the Hornady lock and load that I did. I put this strip again like up underneath and back around, and just did the same concept. And I just have underneath my press, I have the wiring. So I'm using just one adapter, but you can see that the lighting again is as good as I need it. And here on the Hornady, here's where you're going to do a powder check. I have a powder cop die in this one because this is a 5-station press, so I'm able to use a powder check system here. The lighting really is beneficial for particles that get into the press that might cause a jam up or something like that. I think that's what I found them more beneficial for. But it's nice to have a lighting system where you can see everything, see all the cases, see the bullets as they're dropping down. I run this, I don't know, bully adapter. I think this is what this is called, where it's a Lee top. That black piece in the 4 tubes are Lee's components. This is a bully adapter. Works very well. This is a 9mm application right here. And this press is only going to be 9mm and 38 special, so it's going to be using the same setup, just different adjustments. But the point of the lighting, I think, is that it gives illumination throughout the shell plate, and it'll give you a nice look into if there's anything wrong. You can pretty much tell and remedy it. I just thought it saved me. If you look at 2 presses, it saved me. I would have spent $70 on 2 lighting systems. But because I bought the 5 strips for $5, and the connector adapters, which are, you don't know what I'm talking about, it's these, male and female. You could see they're raw ends, so you have to hardwire them to something. But the idea being, even if your 12-volt adapter didn't have this end, you have the male to female connection. So you could take the LED strip, hook it up, hardwire it to one side, get the opposite male end, and put it on your 12-volt adapter, and you'll get nice lighting. So all this is to say is, instead of spending $70, I spent $10. And actually less than $10, because I still have plenty of these available, and I still have 3 lighting strips available, which is very nice. So $10 is a cheap fix for a known problem in both presses, where you definitely need some lighting, and it really makes a big difference as far as loading. And you know, I don't know what you guys use to light your presses up. I mean, if you don't use the $35 setup, but for my purposes, like I said, this was most critical. See that powder in there? Gives me peace of mind. I'm able to sit back on loading and not worry about it, be able to do a quick check in there, and that way I can free myself up of worrying about squibs, you know, double charge, anything like that, especially on the progressive press where you manually index. You know, if you did it twice, obviously, and didn't index it, you can easily get a double charge. Or if you index it after the bullet drops, and I do run a little bullet drop, that's why I don't have a powder cop die on this press, this being only a 4-station press. But you can do a lot of things where, if you're not paying attention, now I know, well, the idea is to pay attention, but you know how it is. Sometimes we get sidetracked and things happen. But you know, this is the process in which to avoid this type of thing, is to get little things like lighting to where you can, and you don't need this mirror setup. I can, if I get a little closer, I can see right into that casing, especially if you stand. I do not stand when I load. I just have a little bar stool that I sit on. And typically, because when I do load, this is being a 45 ACP setup, I'll load 400, 500 cartridges in one sitting. So I don't really want to stand for all of that, and that's why I needed the lighting, and it works out great. So if you want an alternative to the $35, I know a lot of you guys have already bought the online lighting, which is perfect, but I figure with the money that I saved, $60, I can buy a 500 box of bullets for my 45 ACP. Works out great. So anyhow, just a quick tip: eBay has all of this stuff available, and it's pretty easy to do. Some wire nuts is all I use to connect them, nothing more than that. And you don't really need an application to where it has to be permanently secured, so you can do it with wire nuts, or you can just solder the connections together. Either way, they work, and as you can see, it works well. So until next time.